Hi all, I wanted to make a quick two indicator video on my two indicator series, and I think this is going to help people in a lot of way to become profitable or productive. Before I begin, I would like to mention that this is an educational channel and all content over here is for the sake of education. Kindly read the disclaimer you see on the screen and in the description below. With that said, let's proceed. We'll straight away go to our page. Now, you must have noticed I talk a lot about VWAP, that is volume weighted moving price. All right. Is it VWAP? Yeah. Average price, volume weighted average price. But in my view, VWMA is more important than VWAP. VWMA is volume weighted moving average. All right. So one is VWAP is average price, and the other one is moving average. Average weighted moving average. It's VWMA. All right. So you can just look up an indicator called VWMA and you will have volume weighted moving average. It's different from VWAP. VWAP is volume weighted average price, and this is volume weighted moving average. All right. Today we are going to be using an indicator based on moving average, weighted moving average, volume weighted moving average, and this is the indicator. It doesn't come like this by default. It looks like this by default. All right. Even the default view is quite workable, and this is how it looks by default. What we'll go ahead and do is we'll go to the settings. We don't want these plot lines on top. We'll get rid of it. We don't want this plot lines at the bottom. We'll get rid of it. We don't want this clouds. We'll get rid of it. We'll get rid of this. And that's it. We're done. Basic, the main one is this VWAP, and it's color coded. That's the best part. You can make this red purple. As you guys know that I generally use purple for down and green for up, because that way it's more visible for me. Since the candles are already red, so I try to use a different color for a down move, and this looks fantastic to me. I'll save this as default. Save as default. Okay, done. And I'll show you the name of the indicator. It's called anchored VWAP and VWMA cloud. All right. Don't go by the names. I mean, just follow what I'm telling you. It's basically working on volume weighted moving average, this part. All right. It may be very close to an EMA 26. Let me just check that. I have not checked that so far. It just struck me. I think it's going to be very close to EMA 26. Yes, it is close. Let me just check EMA. If I make this 26 and give it a white color, not exactly 26. Let's decrease it a little. It's coming to something like a 15 approximately, but the calculations are a little different, so you're not going to get an exact match. All right. The possibilities of them overlapping are not exactly going to happen. I mean, I can't make the white line disappear on the VWMA, so let's forget about it. But you can say it's approximately EMA 15. Let's delete that. Now, if you just look at this chart, this one indicator is enough. We are on the 5 minutes time frame. We're looking at mid cap futures. This will not work on the spot chart because it needs volume data. So it'll work on the spot chart for Nifty and Bank Nifty, but for mid cap and Fin Nifty, it will not work on the spot chart because volume data is required. So you'll have to go to the futures chart. So once you're going to the futures chart, you're better off working with all indices on the future anyways. All right. Now, if you see Nifty, mid cap, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, it's pretty much caused the trend 100% of the time. All right. Do we really need another indicator with this? We actually don't. This one indicator is actually enough to trade on the 5 minutes time frame. All right, but we can add another one. So we'll add Fibonacci pivots. Now, as you guys know, my pivot is by default set to Fibonacci. It comes by default on traditional. I don't use traditional. I use Fibonacci. This remains auto. This remains. I put 1 because I don't want to see more than, yeah, I only want to see today's value. And then I change the colors. I make this red pivot. This I leave yellow. This I make blue. R2 and R3 and S3, and R3 I make white. Reason being, in Fibonacci pivots it does not show S4, S5, R4, R5. So in Fibonacci pivots it just shows till S3, R3. So I keep the S3, R3 white. I'll cancel this because mine is already saved, and when I use mine, it comes up like this. I told you pivot is red, S1, R1 is yellow, S2, R2 is blue, S3, R3 is white, right? Why you can't see the white on screen? Because the white on screen is, I'll have to shrink the chart a little bit. The S3 is here and the R3 is on top. So the choice is yours. You can use Fibonacci pivots, because you see when you're using Fibonacci pivots, it's exactly going to R2 and then reverting from there, and it's exactly coming to the pivot level and reverting from there. For this I've made a video for my members also, where I've mentioned Fibonacci secrets revealed. I've just made a video about 2-3 days back. The same concept was explained over there with another Fibonacci indicator, but you can see pretty much over there also we had caught this 50% mark. Here it's showing as pivot, there it was showing 0.5 level of Fibonacci. But anyways, let's not confuse the two. So you can use Fibonacci pivots or you can use Camarilla pivots. Camarilla pivots will look like this. Again, the pivot is at the same place. H3 is here and L3 is over here. Shorting should actually be done only once L3 breaks. But in this case scenario, again, this is by Camarilla pivots is by Chipmunk. About this indicator is Camarilla pivots by Chipmunk. And the Fibonacci pivots is the default pivots that comes in TradingView. All right, so pivots point standard. Once you go there and just select Fibonacci. In this case I would use Fibonacci, so that will be my preferred one, and I'm quite familiar with Fibonacci pivots. I've been using it for a long time. It just works out for me. So as you can see over here, this indicator on top has caught the trend change at the exact spot, and we are using everything in its default settings. We have not made any changes to this indicator. The only changes we have made is we have got rid of few things that we don't want to see. All this background clouds and all we don't want to see, so we just got rid of that. But in the input section we have not changed anything. It stays over here. VWMA is at 20. That's the default setting. All right, so maybe the SMA 20 will probably overlap. Let me see. Simple average moving. If I move the simple moving average to 20, and if I make the color white, it's close but not exact. Make it brighter and show you. You can see it's close. The calculation of simple moving average and this VWMA is close but not exact. Plus on simple moving average you will not get the color change. When the trend changes, the color will not change. But in this indicator that we are using, when the trend changes, the green will turn into purple. So that's the advantage. But it's approximately working at EMA 15 or SMA 20, you could say that. That's just for trying to make you understand the logic. However, the maths is a little different. The way this indicator has been designed is a little different. What is good about it is it's catching the trend changes at the correct point of time. And with these two indicators, you should be able to trade not needing any more indicators. And the best part is VWMA, which is volume weighted moving average, is available on all trading platforms. You don't even need TradingView for it. It's available on all trading platforms. It's just like VWAP, so it's a default indicator. And Fibonacci pivots also you will find on all trading platforms. What will not happen is you'll not find it very fancy. Maybe the VWMA will not be changing colors. You'll have to work with one color on a normal trading platform, so that will not be there. If you take out the frills with these two indicators, you're pretty much done. You don't need anything else, as all trading platforms will have these two indicators. All right. But if you're using this in TradingView, then I would suggest to use the indicators that I've shown you, because this indicator made by this person, by Dasansi, is anchored VWAP, standard deviation. It's anchored VWAP with standard deviation and VWMA cloud. All right. This made by Dasansi works like magic. It's simply magic. I'm so glad I found this indicator. It's again one of those indicators that I can relate to. It's catching the trend change at the exact point of time and giving you the data. Even VWMA default is available. If I just type VWMA, volume weighted moving average, this is how it looks. It comes by default at 20. Yeah, it's an exact overlap. If I make this white and input you see is 20, the line is disappearing on the screen because it's an exact overlap. If I shift it, then you'll be able to see the white line. See, it comes out. But VWMA is 20 over here. It's an exact overlap. All right. The reason we are not using VWMA and instead of that we are using the indicator made by this gentleman is because the color change is not available. If you use the VWMA, by default it will look like this, one singular color. Maybe I'll make it white to illustrate my point. So this will be VWMA. Without the VWAP, it will look like this without the indicator, and if you turn on the indicator, it just disappears because it's sitting below this VWAP. If I turn off the VWAP, it's available. So if you just use VWAP, this is how it will look in a normal trading platform. If you try this two indicators on a normal trading platform, it will look like this. VWAP will not be changing colors, and Fibonacci pivots, you can have your desired colors that you want. But if you use this particular indicator, then the beauty is that it will show you the color changing as the trend, as it feels the trend has changed, it will change color and it will move from green to purple or red. By default it is red. I have changed that to purple, and you will be able to realize the trend shift pretty easily. All right. So I hope I've been able to clearly explain the logic. Everybody talks about VWAP, nobody talks about VWMA. VWAP is volume weighted average price. VWMA is volume weighted moving average. In my view, the moving average is equally important, if not more, just like VWAP. I feel more comfortable working with volume weighted moving average than even VWAP. And the beauty is, even if you add VWAP to this, you'll find that it'll kind of give you a double confirmation. So I'm adding VWAP. I've made this VWAP default settings. I've just made the step line instead of a line so that I know the difference. You see over here, there's convergence. Once the candles go below this, it was a clear shorting opportunity over here. This uptrend, if you wait for the VWAP, then it becomes a little too late. That's the only difference. VWMA shows the trend change here itself. So you would have caught it like 10, 15, 20 points earlier. That's the only difference. Otherwise, if you want to trade very safely, then add both VWAP and VWMA to your indicator and probably get rid of the Fibonacci pivots. But I would not do that. I would probably just skip the VWAP, keep the Fibonacci and work with the moving average, average weighted moving average. All right. So these two indicators, my friends, will work phenomenally well. This combination seems to be working. It will work on our indices pretty well. If you're wanting to trade crude and natural gas, it'll work, but I would suggest you use the 30-minute time frame. I've always realized this 30-minute time frame is very crucial when it comes to commodities, especially crude oil and natural gas. You get a much clearer view if you're on the 30 minutes time frame. For Bitcoins, I'm not too sure. I don't trade Bitcoin, so whether you use it on 5 minutes or 30 minutes, I'm not too sure. And Forex also I don't trade, so I can only talk about the indices, our indices on the 5 minutes time frame. And See here, I told you once things go above the R3 on Fibonacci pivot, they generally don't come back. You see, on Friday it went above this R3 and did not come. It tried over here to break the R3, but then again went up. So that was Nifty. This was Bank Nifty taking support at the pivot line. This was Fin Nifty taking support at this pivot line, and this was Mid Cap Nifty, which exactly took support from the pivot line. All right. So on that note, I'll end this video, guys. Two simple indicators. I'll leave the names of these two indicators in the comment section and pin it so that you have no difficulty finding it, and you can use the settings that I'm using and it'll work perfectly well. Now, in the last 2 days of the year, which is Monday and Tuesday, you have trading. I would suggest if you can take a holiday, do that. And if you really want to trade, then trade very small amounts, because it's really not worth trading with the kind of participation I'm forcing right now. For the next 2 days, it's better off one does not trade. All right. Anyways, guys, I'll leave the name of the indicators in the comment section and pin it so that you have no difficulty finding it. And this system seems to be working just like all other systems that I've discussed. Subscribers who have been with me for a long time, they will realize that most of my page setups end up going in the same direction. And quite naturally they will, because when the trend changes, the indicators will find the right indicators will find the trend change at the right point of time. So if you take any of my videos, all of them are workable. One video is not better than the other. They more or less are working on the same logic, but with different visual representations. All right. So this visual representation also is very good. It seems to be catching the trend shift at the very right time. And I think it's a very good combination. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. If you're already a subscriber, consider becoming a member by clicking on the join button. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, then please subscribe to our channel, share this video with your family and friends, and please give all our videos a thumbs up. Please click on the like button. It motivates us to make more videos for you. Also subscribe to our free Telegram channel. The link is given in the description in all our videos. And I've got my Amazon affiliate links in the description. You don't have to buy. You can buy products in the descriptions. I've given the links. If you buy any product at all, on top you'll find Amazon affiliate links. All right, just click on that and then buy any product that you want to buy. It doesn't have to be from my description. Buy any product you want to buy, but as long as you're going from my Amazon affiliate link, I'll probably make a small commission. That's the best way you can help this channel monetize a little more, and all the money that will make by all these small earnings here and there, we intend reinvesting into the channel, getting better equipment and trying to make our videos better and better. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good day.